Episode 3660, Are You Drowning on Dry Land?
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. I hope you're ready for an extraordinary week, and I hope you're ready to actually focus forward because God's got something in store for you today. But if you're sitting there with a question mark going, yeah, you know what, it's a Monday, Christiane, maybe we should be asking the question, are you drowning on dry land? For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already haven't had the opportunity, you'll want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter, the Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, inspiring connection and community. You know, in today's fast-paced, high-tech world, the busyness of what we call excitement, maybe, I don't know, but that's where we live, it's easy to fall into the trap of a scarcity mindset where negativity and self-doubt dominate our thoughts. How did you wake up this morning? Was it snoozing all the time? Was it, gosh darn it, I wish I had another day off. Maybe I should call in sick. Where are you on that spectrum? Or did you pop out of bed going, yes, I'm ready to work out. I'm ready for the day. I'm ready to jump into the shower. And here we are. And oh, it's going to be a glorious day. One end to the other end and everything in between. You see, we often find ourselves stuck in a cycle of expecting the worst and settling for less. We just like to hang out where we're comfortable. Are you drowning on dry land? Because so much of our life is lived from that scarcity mindset. We think all the worst, but barely hope for the best. And I think sometimes we want to hope for the best, but our hope is put in the wrong stuff, on the wrong things, on the wrong people. And we direct our thoughts and our mind and what we think about, and we actually bring about stuff that really doesn't seed well. This is spring. This is a time where rain's coming. Have you noticed how much rain? I mean, we're down here in the south and we have gotten horrible weather over the last 5-6 days. Floods, tornadoes. Can I say floods, tornadoes again? All around us. We directly were not personally impacted. We do have flooding in our area. We did have tornadoes around us, but our actual home was not directly hit, praise the Lord. But we have a lot of people who have been affected by it. We've got friends that we know very well that lost some of their things, lost their roof or lost their house. And sometimes I think we hope that, oh, that's not going to happen to us. But then when we put it into our everyday, we don't look at natural disasters as our everyday, but when we are just dealing with the dinner dishes and dogs and we've got the kids screaming at us and the spouse mad at us and we've got, the laundry still to do and we've got 1,000 square feet of carpet to vacuum and dust bunnies that are bigger than tumbleweeds in Texas, right? Because everything's bigger in Texas. I mean, what do? You live in this life of like, I'm just not good enough. I can't make it there. I'm not going to be there. And you wonder why you barely hope for the best. Because most of your life is trying to put out fires, figuratively, not literally. Life gets to be pretty negative and defeating every day. We become very petty about things that really don't matter. Quite frankly, we don't like who we see in the mirror, but have no reason why. We don't look for silver linings, only the ripped ones. We see what we are comfortable with because we know what to expect. But where does that get us? Drowning on dry land? I mean, how can we be the cream that rises to the top? How can we live out our purpose if all we see is what we think we are supposed to believe? Let that sink in for a moment. How can we live out our purpose if all we see is what we think we are supposed to believe? Life is complicated. Life is beautiful. How can those two exist? Seriously, think about that. I want you to wrap your head around things that you don't normally do because that's the only place where change takes place. Change occurs in what? In the pain? In the, oh my gosh, I can't do this? The, I'm at my life's rope end because of a medical crisis, whatever it is. It's that hitting the roadblock, hitting the brick wall, going, I don't really want to take a detour, but I know I need to take a detour. And if I do, I don't want to, because as much as I don't like it, I kind of like what I have already because I know what to expect. Why do victims stay with their abusers? Seriously. I mean, I want you to think about that question when it comes to your own mindset, because a lot of what we do to ourselves is an emotional abuse. We sit here and we downgrade ourselves. We sit here and say, we're not worthy. You were created in God's image, created on purpose for a purpose, greater than your own. Yes, you have dreams that I believe God has placed within you. You have this passion within your heart and a calling on your life. But the thing is are you drowning on dry land? Have you built a boat that really isn't going to take you anywhere because you're hanging out with what is comfortable? When you look at life as complicated and you look at life as beautiful, how can you make them come together? Yet, life and what you get out of it comes from you making tough decisions. Stay where you are or move to higher ground. Are you drowning on dry land? What do your days look and feel like? Are you coping with what you know because that's where you're comfortable? Change turns everything upside down, doesn't it? No one wants change, but you know what? That's where the impact occurs. And if you want something different, you must be willing to get on another roller coaster. Stand in a different line. That's life. Certainly, you can stay where you are. But let me ask you this. How's that been working for you lately? Is this the life you're meant to live? Now, you can ask this in all circumstances and situations, from relationships to careers, at school, dealing with your children. All of life requires you to see it from either a scarcity mindset or an abundance mindset. You get to choose. You get to show up the way you fill up your cup, meaning your heart. Where your heart and head connect is where you live. So are you living the way God desires for you? Are you taking a chance on Him? Or are you settling for less? Oh, my friend, it's time to rise above and embrace a mindset of abundance and possibility. That is your Kiss to Keep It Simple strategy. Embrace a mindset of abundance and possibility. This is where you see that your cup is half full, not half empty. This is where you take time to rest. This is where you take time to renew your passion for the purpose God has placed in your heart, because you are present in your everyday. But if we sit here and say, you know what, I'm just going to live life with a closed fist. I'm just going to go boxing at everybody and everything, and it's just going to be what it is because, well, it's just not going to get any better because I'm not good enough. I really wasn't created for more. How defeating is that? Open up your hands and say, Lord, I'm willing. I'm willing for you to show me the possibilities. I'm willing to look for the blessings. I'm willing to see the God winks in my everyday, because you will find what you look for. Guarantee. Whatever it is, you're going to find it. So how do you embrace a mindset of abundance and possibility? Number one, practice gratitude. Start each day by focusing on what you are grateful for. And let me tell you, this doesn't come easy. You hear it said a lot. I say it a ton. But this is when your kids are yelling at you, okay? Like literally, and you are done. Your patience is like 3 feet above already where they've surpassed before. And you're like, I just would really like to take them all out and say, that's it. You're no longer allowed to be in this house. But they're 3 years old and 5 years old and 10 years old. And so you really can't do that. Kind of against the law. But here's the thing. This too shall pass. And you can say, you know what? Yes, they're driving me crazy. Their attitudes stink. but they really are adorable, and their laugh just lights me up. Now, you're not saying that out loud, but in your mind, you're taking yourself to a place, a paradise, a mama's paradise that says, you know what, you can get through this moment that you're in. But it takes practice. That's why I say you have to practice gratitude. And when you acknowledge the positives in your life, no matter how small or even how big, you shift your mindset from, oh, I don't have enough, to, yes, I can make it through. Gratitude helps you see the silver linings and empowers you to approach challenges with a positive outlook. Now, that doesn't mean that you're sitting here going, oh, everything's wonderful and glorious, and all you see are rainbows and roses. You don't see that all the time. I come on here and you probably think, gosh, Christiane, if I could just have your life. You always seem so happy and everything's put together and you just know what to say. You know what? I don't know what to say. There are times I have to edit things out. There are times that I record and I'm thinking, delete, delete, delete. There are times that I make so many mistakes with my children. I'm like, why, Lord, did you give me 5 kiddos? And now I'm blessed with 2 grandkids. And that's a whole nother layer of responsibility because now I have wisdom. Yes, I'm graced with wisdom. Why? Because I'm older. So I should know better. Now, hopefully, most of the time I do. But just because one person sounds like in a moment that they're all put together doesn't mean every moment they're all put together. I'm here to tell you I get frazzled. I get flustered. I get angry. I get mad. I get joyful. I am a happy-go-lucky girl. But I, too, fall on hard times. I, too, struggle. I, too, am challenged. I, too, have to wake up every single day saying, okay, Lord, you got me. Thank you for breath this morning. Thank you that I have eyes to see. Give me ears to hear. Who do you want me to see today? Who do I need to reach out? Who's calling for me? You see, I have to practice the gratitude, and then I have to come and say, oh my goodness, why am I putting all these fires out all the time? Why is my text messages going off like crazy? Why do I get these emails that, Lord, I just can't handle? It's breaking my heart. And then I have to flip it and say, Lord, thank you for putting me in the position where I can pray over these people, where I can give them hope. I may not have all the answers, but I can be there to see them, to hear them, to love them right where they're at. My friend, practice gratitude, because let me tell you, when you can do that and you learn it very well, and it becomes a part of your everyday, then when you are struggling, it immediately pops open and it's like, and it allows you to break a trigger. It allows you to not go into that deep, dark corner. But you have to be willing to put the work in. Practice gratitude. Number 2, challenge your beliefs. Why do you think what you think? Good question. Why do I think what I think? Now, let me throw this one at you because our kiddos go through this. If you're one who raises your kids in a Christian home, a believer's home when they're young, and they go and you go to church and all of this, et cetera, that's fabulous. But there is going to come a time in their life, especially when they leave their nest in college or around that time, adulting, when they just start figuring it out, they begin to have some questions. Some kiddos bounce back faster than others. Others stray a little bit. And you know what? You have to pray them through it. You weren't and aren't a bad parent if you're in that situation or have been in that situation. It's called they're challenging their beliefs because their brain now is catching up with what their heart was thinking. And when that heart and head connect, what happens? It's got to connect, or it's like you're sounding the alarm. And they're like, no. I can't believe something I don't understand. I can't sit here and be like, oh, well, this makes sense to me, or maybe this makes sense to me, when quite frankly, it doesn't make sense to me. But somehow you figure it out. So take a closer look at the beliefs that are limiting you. What is it? Did it come from childhood? Maybe it's come from your own marriage recently. Maybe you have just fallen into a group. Maybe it's a group of women and you're like, I really didn't think about that, but man, I'm really noticing a difference. Okay. This is not about placing blame. This is about understanding where you believe and what you don't believe and what you do believe and where you're lacking and where you need to change some things. Are they based on fear or past experiences? Challenge these beliefs by asking yourself if they're serving your growth and happiness. Is it going to the deeper core level of where God wants you to go with joy? Oh, wait. Are some of your beliefs challenging you and what you know God has in store for you? Oh, pay attention to that. And then replace negative beliefs with empowering thoughts that can align with your goals and aspirations, align with your calling. If you know that you know that you know, and you know that saying, then you know. So that's when you have to go, okay, time to flip on that switch. Time to know that, Lord, okay, I'm going to my knees. You got to do what's better. I got to practice gratitude. I got to look for those God winks in my life. Because let me tell you, what you look for, remember, yep, you'll find. So practice gratitude, challenge your beliefs. And number 3, embrace change and growth. Change is so hard. Change is a constant in our life, but we really don't like it. Our body will fight it. Why do you think it's hard to lose weight or even gain weight, gain muscle, whatever it is that you're trying to do better? Okay. Most of us don't say, I want to gain weight. Let's do this. Okay. There are a few that do, but a lot of us are like, I wish I could lose weight. I need that 30 pounds off. Just if I could get that 30 pounds off, I would feel so much different. I get it. But you see, change, our bodies resist it. Our minds resist it. Why? Because you see, God created our minds amazingly. I mean, he just did. And one of it is habits, based on habits. And habits allows us to do a lot of different things, but not have to think about a lot of things so we can do other things also. Like, yes, going to the bathroom, brushing our teeth. Can you imagine if we had to sit there and physically tell ourselves every single time, it's time to go brush your teeth. Let's go in, get the toothbrush, take the toothpaste out or undo the cap, squeeze the tube. Okay, I know that sounds weird, right? But you just do it naturally. How did you get to work today? How did you drive the kids to school today? Okay, probably a vehicle. But what I'm saying is you get in the car and you just go. I tell my vehicle all the time, Black Beauty, oh, she's on autopilot. I don't have autopilot, but she knows it. And she just goes. And every once in a while, she gets tripped up. Why? Because I change my whole process of where I'm going or where I'm thinking. I have actually started driving somewhere else knowing, oh, wait, that's not where I wanted to go. I'm really going here. And I had to stop, turn around because I'm on autopilot. Crazy, but awesome all at the same time. So we've got to learn to embrace change and growth, understanding that life is a journey of constant evolution, right? Always changing, always something new, not necessarily better, but always something new. Like look at technology, right? We're in a high-tech world. It's great, but it also can be very complicated. It can complicate our lives. It can make our lives better, but how do you utilize it, right? Look at AI, okay? We could go on a total different tangent here. Don't want to do that. So instead of staying in your comfort zone, be willing to embrace change and push yourself to grow. Step out of the familiar patterns and explore new opportunities. Drive a different way to work. See what happens, okay? Maybe not to school with the kids. I know, I get it. You're just on a mission. Totally get it. Get in that drop-off line. You're good. But when you explore new opportunities, it can lead you to higher ground. Embracing the change opens up a world of possibilities. And it helps you break free from the confines of that scarcity mindset, the I'm not good enough syndrome. And it helps you see what's possible. Remember, life is too short. Life is too precious to stay stuck in a cycle of negativity and limitation. You are created for more. Does more mean less than? I do not think so. Let's go back to basic math. You were created for more. So practice that gratitude. Challenge your beliefs in a way that's going to allow you to be the cream that rises to the top. And embrace change. And allow yourself to leave behind the thoughts that trap and restrict you. And open your mind to a world of endless possibilities. Oh, my friend, listen up here. Nothing is impossible. There was this hymn that I would sing when we were very, very young, and we started a church in Indiana, and I loved it. It was called Nothing is Impossible. Now, my parents both lived by that, but I know and still remember to this day that my dad always lived by that. His dreams were always big dreams. It wasn't like, oh, I want to play, football. No, he wants to play like football on the big league. And even if he never made it, he would dream that big. That was my dad. Well, he instilled it into every single one of us, my brother, my sister, and myself. Why do you think I wanted to go to the Olympics? I'm not blaming my dad, but I had big dreams, big aspirations, always big interest. Even with Praise Kids, telling you the story, I know you're like, what Christiane has have anything to do with what I'm doing? Well, you see, I did Praise Kids. This is a group of children that come together, ages 3 all the way up to 12th grade. So children, you're like, well, they're not children at 12th grade. Yeah, they are. They are. Just trust me, they are. And so I had 2 different choirs, and I did this at 3 different churches. And it was called Praise Kids. And what we did was mini Broadway musicals, Christian musicals. We did 3 a year, even for the little ones, 3 to kindergarten. It was amazing. And we did it with music and scripture and all of this. Now, if you're not a believer, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But what I'm here to tell you is that you can impact the world that you touch by the way you show up. And this was my thing, is that I had big dreams. And so we would change sanctuaries into jungles, sanctuaries into oceans, deep under the ocean. It was incredible. We didn't just have little mom and pop type, manger scenes. It was like real animals came to life here. Like we brought them into the sanctuary. Yeah, talk about big dreams. That's where I want you to be, my friend. I want you to embrace life with the attitude of nothing is impossible. Reach beyond the stars. Dream bigger than what you thought, because you are created for more. So let me ask you this. Are you drowning on dry land? Are you doing the same old thing? Are you living in a scarcity mindset that's holding you hostage? That's keeping you where you know you're not supposed to be, but you're there because you think it's easier? Yeah, it might be. But let me tell you, you're missing something incredible. Be willing to jump, because God's got you. Break free from the cycle of drowning on dry land and start living a life filled with a purpose and passion, all because of your presence. Go in peace. Be present. Be incredible. Be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed day. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.